With the introduction of GeForce Now, Xbox Cloud and PlayStation Now, the question remains, is cloud gaming the future? If you're following the industry closely, you might have noticed big companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft are slowly focusing on cloud computing, not the industry purpose cloud computing like Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure or Amazon's AWS, rather than focusing on reaching normal users, people like us, because now they are focusing on cloud gaming, specifically giving you services in a subscription model or in a hybrid model where no matter what kind of device you're using, no matter which OS you are on, you can play any games you want at a flagship level quality. But the question is, these services will be the future? Will big gaming PCs become obsolete? And my simple answer is no. Cloud computing, although there has been made a lot of improvement in that particular sector, this industry is seeing 44% of growth every year, but still there are some problems with this technology or this particular services. But before that, let's talk about the good. Let's talk about positive. Why cloud computing can be the future and why companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia are slowly investing and introducing their cloud gaming service. Because it is easy to use. If you subscribe to one service, let's just say if you are subscribed to GeForce Now, it doesn't matter you are using a Mac OS device, you are using Windows, you're using Linux, you're using iPhone, you're using Android, you can play any PC level game up to a 3080 level quality in any of these devices. It is also a cost effective. I'm not gonna say it is less expensive, but I can say it is cost effective. Rather than upfront investing on 1,000 or 2,000 PC setup, you can subscribe to a $10 monthly or a $14 monthly subscription based streaming service, and then you can play that game on your laptop which you only use for web browsing. Now you can play next generation ray traced game in that and it won't overheat, it won't consume that much of battery. And then there is the aspect of accessibility. You can play your favorite games in the comfort of your home, but while you are going to work or commuting, you can play that same game in that same quality, in that same performance on your smartphone. So if cloud gaming comes with all these intuitive and impressive things, why I am saying that no, it's not gonna be the future? Well, I have few reasons for that. First is connectivity. Cloud computing heavily relies on your connectivity. If you have a very fast internet connection, you will have a better experience compared to someone who doesn't have that fast of an internet connection. Second, quality. Because you are essentially streaming video games, you will see lesser quality than playing those games locally, because those games are running on a server which is not next to your home. It's located miles and miles away to a remote location, and you are accessing those servers through internet, and that video stream has to be compressed to bear down the bandwidth cost. For people who wants the best of the best quality, they might prefer playing games locally. Then there is the latency aspect of streaming games. No matter what you do, no matter how fast your internet is, no matter how advanced the technology is, it will still have this particular problem, and that is latency. Playing a game locally will give you less latency because a keystroke has to do lot less travel. Because if I'm moving my mouse right here, I will see at least instantaneously that response from my character. But in a cloud streaming service, I'm moving my mouse right here and it's that particular action is going to that server and then it's giving me the response. So that has a latency cost aspect to it. So for a lot of people who play games competitively, and which I can say by looking at the industry's trend, majority of players will not go for streaming games or go for cloud service, because it doesn't matter how skilled they are, it doesn't matter how great the FPS is compared to their potato PC, they will always be at the disadvantage of latency and missing things, and finally you are on the mercy of the company. Let's just say Nvidia's GeForce Now, they have a bunch of games. What if Nvidia had a conflict with Ubisoft and you love Ubisoft games, but Nvidia chose to not include Ubisoft games? And again, there's a hypothetical situation, it's not gonna happen, but let's just say for this scenario, Nvidia chose not to include any Ubisoft games in their platform. Well, now you are at a disadvantage where you cannot play any Ubisoft games, no matter how good they are, no matter how bad you want to play, because you cannot play those games locally because your PC isn't powerful enough and your favorite streaming service won't support that. And the biggest problem which I think that's gonna happen, and that is overcrowding. What happened with OTT platform, Netflix and Amazon Prime was pioneering, or specifically Netflix was doing great when it comes to OTT platform. It was one platform where you get most of your content, but now you have Amazon Prime, you have Hulu, you have this, you have that, and every single production or distribution company is making their proprietary platform, and slowly they are fading away, and at the end of the day, users are getting confused. I think that's also can happen with the gaming industry. Publishers do not want their game to be on another platform, like let's just say GeForce Now or any other thing. We have seen every publisher wants their own game store because they don't want to share that little sliver which game stores like Steam and Epic Games take. So let's just say Ubisoft launched their own streaming service, THQ starts their own streaming service, Activision starts their own streaming service. Well, Activision and Microsoft is same kind of, but you got the point, right? So we can see overcrowding when this particular technology or when this particular method of playing games gets popular. But I don't think this is gonna happen because of a broader understanding between the industry and how game stores have failed through these years, and also the accusation of smaller companies by big giants like Sony and Microsoft. But at the end of the day, what I want to say, there are some areas where game streaming makes a lot of sense, or cloud gaming makes a lot of sense, and there are a lot of areas where it doesn't, like in competitive aspects and players who want the best of the best. And that is the reason why I said no. Game streaming is not going to be the be-all end-all solution. It's going to be an option that some users can take, and I think that is the future of cloud gaming.